guys, so today I'm going to be showing you how to make your very own boho garland, or sometimes it's called bunting. I'm not really sure what the proper term for it is, but I kind of think of it as a boho garland thing. But it's super cute. I'm actually hanging this one over my bed and I'm really excited because it just adds the perfect little touch to my room, because I have nothing on the wall that's above my bed. And so I was thinking, what could I make that'd be super cute and would just kind of add something to that wall? And I thought about making one of these, and I was actually inspired by dream catchers. I have always loved the look of dream catchers, and so I thought I could design after one of those. And then I thought I kind of want to do a different type of stitch. I really love doing the puff stitch, so the whole circle part is made out of puff stitches, and then you just add some fringe to it and you make this cute little dream catcher, and then you just make as many as you want, and then you just join them all together to create a little fun garland. And I really love how this turned out. I was actually kind of unsure how it was going to look, because I thought it could look really cute or it could look a little weird, but it actually turned out perfect. Now, I have not trimmed the fringe yet, so it looks pretty sketchy because it's not trimmed yet, but I'm going to be showing you in this video how I'm going to trim them. So I thought I would just kind of wait and then show you guys all at once, but you can just make it as long as you want or as short as you want. I only have 5 on mine, but you can make it 7, you can make it 3. I tend to stick with odd number little doodads because then there's always one in the center. My mom taught me that and it makes sense to me. There's always one in the center and then the other ones go out from it. So I would suggest maybe doing an odd number, unless that does not bother you. Then of course you could do an even number. I love the little doodads. I used the I Love This Cotton by Hobby Lobby. I just used the light pink shade with a cream shade. I will try to find the shades I actually used and link them down below for you guys if you guys want to use the same shades I did. But I really do love how this turned out. It's kind of a fun boho look to add to any room that you want. It also looks really cute over a fireplace or even in a baby's room. It would look super adorable if you made it out of the colors that the baby room is in. It would look absolutely adorable. So I am going to show you guys how to make this. It only takes literally like an afternoon. Well, it took me a couple of evenings actually, because I wasn't dedicated to it. But if you were dedicated to it, it would just take you a few evenings to get it done, and then you have your very own garland. So I'm going to show you guys today how to make this, and let's get started. Alright guys, so let me show you how to make your little boho dreamcatcher bunting / garland. So what you're going to do first is you're going to chain 5, slip stitch to the first chain to form a ring, chain 2, and we're going to start our first round. We're going to do a puff stitch in the ring, so we're going to yarn over, insert our hook into the, we are going to yarn over, insert our hook into the ring, pull up a loop, yarn over, insert our hook into the ring again, pull up a loop. You'll have 5 loops on your hook. We're going to yarn over and go through all 5 loops. Then chain 1. We're going to do a total of 7 puff stitches, and we'll have a chain 1 in between each one. So let's do that. And at the end of the round, we're going to slip stitch to the top of the beginning chain 2. Okay, so for our second round, we're going to chain 2, and we're going to be working in the chain 1 spaces. We're going to do a puff stitch, chain 1, and another puff stitch in the same chain 1 space, chain 1, and we're going to repeat that all the way around. So we're going to do a puff stitch, chain 1, puff stitch, chain 1 in each chain 1 space. At the end of the round, we're going to slip stitch on top of the beginning chain 2. We're going to chain 2, and we're going to do 1 puff stitch in the chain 1 space, chain 1, and then we're going to do a puff stitch, chain 1, puff stitch, chain 1 in the next chain 1 space. And then in the next chain 1 space, we're just going to do a puff stitch, chain 1, and we're just going to alternate that, doing a single puff stitch, chain 1, and then a single puff stitch, chain 1, and then in the next one we're going to do a puff stitch, chain 1, puff stitch, chain 1, and then we're just going to alternate that all the way around, and then you'll end with a puff stitch, chain 1, puff stitch, chain 1 in your last chain 1 space. And then you will just slip stitch it together, and this is what it will end up looking like. And then you're just going to add some fringe to it. You can add as much as you want with the fringe. I added 7. I did a center one, which is where all the joins are at, and then I did 3 in each of the chain. I did 1 in each chain 1 space on each of the opposite sides, and that's kind of how I made the Boho Dreamcatcher look. And then to actually make the garland part, I used a contrasting color. I used the cream, which is the fringe color, and I just did as many chains. I'll have the details of how many chains I did in between each one, but I just kind of did as many as I wanted to get the length that I was desiring. So I'll just show you quickly how to actually join them together. So I'm just going to chain a couple. And you're just going to find the top of your dream catcher, which is going to be right here for me. So you're just going to pull it through, and you're just going to slip stitch it through. And then just keep on chaining until you get the desired amount in between your little, I kind of call them dream catchers because that's what they remind me of. And then you can just make it as long as you would like, make as many as you would like. You could have a ton of dream catchers, or you could have very few of them. But I typically like to use a odd number of the little dream catchers, just because I like to have one in the center and then have an even amount going on each side. So that's kind of how I decided how many I wanted to do. Okay, and then for actually trimming them, I'm just going to trim them up a little bit. I still want to keep them looking a little bit uneven, but some of them are just a little bit too long. So I'm just going to actually just snip them off, not being super careful or anything like that. I just want it to still have an uneven look, but I really don't want any super long ones hanging about. So I'm just going to trim off the longer ones and going to keep it pretty much like an uneven fringe to keep it having that boho look. But yeah, so that's all I'm going to do, is just going to trim off the extra long pieces and just keep it a little bit uneven looking, because that's the look I am going for. But yes, so that is how you make your very own boho garland bunting. Hopefully you guys enjoy. Alright guys, so that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I also hope you guys make your very own little boho garland / bunting thing. And I would love to know what colors you guys would make this in. I went with the classic pink cream because I love pink and it always looks nice with cream. So that's kind of why I chose these colors, and it matches my room perfect. But let me know down below in the comments what colors you would choose. I would love to know. Anyway guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I also hope you guys have an amazing day, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!